The 19th century Madame Helena Petrovna Blavatsky was born into a noble family in Ukraine. As a child, young Helena displayed a gift for clairvoyance, as well as an interest in metaphysical phenomena. Years later, she traveled throughout Europe, the Middle East, and India, studying with various teachers and Sufi sects. Following the guidance of an Indian yogi named Mahatma Maurya, Madame Blavatsky co-founded the Theosophical Society. Theosophy, meaning divine wisdom, refers to knowledge that comes through spiritual experience rather than intellectual understanding alone. The Theosophical Society is dedicated to uplifting humanity through a realization of the oneness of life and the wisdom underlying all religions. Madame Blavatsky wrote several important books on theosophy, including Isis Unveiled, The Secret Doctrine, The Key to Theosophy, and The Voice of the Silence. The Secret Doctrine, published in 1888, has been acknowledged by many as one of the most remarkable books in the world. It is considered the Bible of Theosophy and a sourcebook of esoteric tradition, offering insight into the origin and evolution of the universe. The Secret Doctrine also details an account of root races dating back millions of years. Although she was considered the author of the Secret Doctrine, Madame Blavatsky often expressed that she only conveyed the ancient wisdom that was passed on to her. The true authors of the work were her teachers, the Mahatmas or Great Souls, who were the guardians of the secret wisdom of the ages. Today on Words of Wisdom, we invite you to listen to excerpts of the 4 elements from Madame Blavatsky's The Secret Doctrine. Section 14, The 4 Elements. In Chorus Ancient Fragments, one of the Chaldean oracles expresses ideas about the elements and ether or astral light in language singularly like that of the unseen universe, written by 2 eminent scientists of our day. It states that from ether or astral light have come all things, and to it all will return, that the images of all things are indelibly impressed upon it, and that it is the storehouse of the germs, or of the remains of all visible forms and even ideas. It appears as if this case strangely corroborates our assertion that whatever discoveries may be made in our days will be found to have been anticipated by many thousand years by our simple-minded ancestors. Whence came the 4 elements and the Malachim, or angels of the Hebrews? They have been made to merge by a theological sleight of hand on the part of the rabbins and the later fathers of the Church into Jehovah, but their origin is identical with that of the cosmic gods of all other nations. Their symbols, whether born on the shores of the Oxus, on the burning sands of Upper Egypt, or in the wild forests, weird and glacial, which cover the slopes and peaks of the sacred snowy mountains of Thessaly, or again in the pampas of America. Their symbols, we repeat, when traced to their source, are ever one and the same. Whether Egyptian or Pelagian, Aryan or Semitic, the genius loci, the local god, embraced in its unity all nature, but not especially the 4 elements any more than one of their creations, such as trees, rivers, mounts, or stars. The genius loci, a very late afterthought of the last sub-races of the 5th root race, when the primitive and grandiose meaning had become nearly lost, was ever the representative in his accumulated titles of all his colleagues. It was the god of fire, symbolized by thunder, as Jove or Agni, the god of water, symbolized by the fluvial bull, or some sacred river or fountain, as Varuna, Neptune, etc., the god of air, manifesting in the hurricane and tempest, as Vayu and Indra, and the god or spirit of the earth, who appeared in earthquakes, like Pluto, Yama, and so many others. These were the cosmic gods, ever synthesizing all in one, as found in every cosmogony or mythology. Thus, the Greeks had their Dodonian, Jupiter, who included in himself the four elements and the four cardinal points, and who was recognized, therefore, in Old Rome under the pantheistic title of Jupiter Mundus, and who now, in modern Rome, has become the Deus Mundus, the one mundane God who is made to swallow all others in the latest theology by the arbitrary decision of his special ministers. As gods of fire, air, and water, they were celestial gods. As gods of the lower region, they were infernal deities, the latter adjective applying simply to the earth. They were spirits of the earth under their respective names of Yama, Pluto, Osiris, the Lord of the Lower Kingdom, etc., and their tellurial character sufficiently proves it. The ancients knew of no worse abode after death than the Kamaloka, the limbus on this earth. If it is argued that the Dodonian Jupiter was identified with this, or the Roman Pluto with the Dionysus Cottonius, the subterranean, and with Idoneus, the king of the subterranean world, wherein, according to Kreutzer, oracles were rendered, then it will become the pleasure of the occultist to prove that both Idoneus and Dionysus are the basis of Adonai, or Urbo Adonai, as Jehovah is called in the Codex Nazareus. Thou shalt not worship the Son, who is named Adonai, whose name is also Kadosh, and El, and also Lord Bacchus. But Adonis of the Sots, or mysteries of the pre-Babylonian Jews, became the Adonai by the Mazorah, the later voweled Jehovah. Hence the Roman Catholics are right. All these Jupiters are of the same family, but Jehovah has to be included therein to make it complete. It is that nature and power which creates the specific terrestrial symbol and the physical and material fabric of the latter, which proves the energy manifesting through it as extrinsic. For primitive religion was something better than simple preoccupation about physical phenomena, as remarked by Schelling, and principles more elevated than we modern Sadducees know of were hidden under the transparent veil of such merely natural divinities as thunder, the winds, and rain. The ancients knew and could distinguish the corporeal from the spiritual elements in the forces of nature. Caring viewers, we are happy for your company on today's Words of Wisdom.